Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cassidy Coles, and we are bringing it back full circle with another story time because we haven't done a story time in God knows how long.
Someone was using my pictures to catfish people.
When I tell you the story time I have today is so traumatic that I had to wait a year to tell it, and I'm finally ready to say it, get it off my chest. Maybe trigger warnings. I mean, if you are easily nauseous, just don't watch the end of this story time. It is something that I can't even believe I'm even telling you. I can't even believe I lived to tell this story time, first of all. So this is the story of the time I almost died and knew when I was going to die, and also the vlog that never happened. The vlog you guys never saw for a really good reason. So let's get started, and good luck. Good luck to me and to you. So taking you back to March 2021, I had this beautiful idea because my sister and my nephew and my niece, they usually visit every summer, and because of COVID 2020, they weren't able to visit. So now it's getting to 2021 springtime and I was missing them. Also, my nephew's birthday is April 5th. It's about like mid-March and I have this beautiful idea. I'm gonna surprise him for his birthday. And it was just gonna be the best thing ever, right? Right? I could not have told you what it was going to turn into. So finally, I bought my ticket. I don't like flying in general. I especially don't like flying alone. Like if the plane goes down, I'm dying alone. Are you kidding me? So those are my fears. Since there was like 2 weeks until I had to leave, I was like, no problem. I have time to stress about it. It's gonna be fine. And I would say I'm a superstitious person. I mean, I'm not superstitious, I'm a little stitious. Michael Gary Scott. I mean, I knock on wood. And yes, I do try to keep an eye and an ear out if the universe is trying to literally speak to me, or in this case, scream to me. And at this point, it was springtime. It was so nice outside, and I'm like, God, I need to pick up a book. I'm going through my mom's Stephen King collection, which she has like all of the Stephen King books, and most of them I've read, but definitely not all of them. So I'm going through her collection, probably not gonna find anything because I've already looked through this. But then I see this beautiful, bright red and white book. Hardcover. Hardcovers are the best too. And I'm like, whoa, what is this? Insomnia. I've never even heard of this. So I read the synopsis of this book. Keep in mind, this is what I think the book is about. First of all, it's a 1994 book. Like, how have I never heard of this? So synopsis, it follows retired widower Ralph Roberts, whose increasing insomnia allows him to perceive auras and other hidden things, leading him to join a conflict between the forces of the purpose and the random. And I'm like, wow, this sounds amazing. And also I just like aesthetically pleasing things, like a hardcover red book. Are you kidding me? So I'm like, cool, cool, cool. I begin reading this book, but right off the bat, the opening story is of this guy at the airport. And I'm like, that's a little weird, a little coincidence there. Okay, you know, nothing bad happens, whatever, you know, just at the airport. No big deal, I'm fine. So over the span of like a week or so, keep in mind, I have 2 weeks left until I'm leaving. I'm reading this 700-page book. Remember the synopsis, basically the climax is the conflict. Well, a little spoiler, that conflict is this guy having to stop this other guy from crashing a plane, taking over a plane and crashing it into the Civic Center with thousands of people. They use the term kamikaze like 1,000 times. Doesn't make me feel great. And the cherry on top is this plane's name, which they mention a lot of times, is named Cherokee. And that might not mean anything to you guys just yet. In Kentucky, where I'm going to visit my sister, my nephew, and my niece, there is this beautiful place called Cherokee Park, which is my favorite place to go to when I'm in Kentucky. And when I made this trip, my sister's like, what do you want to do so I can plan it? And I was like, I don't care as long as we go to Cherokee. Guys, this plane's name in the book is Cherokee. And this guy is taking over a plane and some guy has to stop him because he's gonna kamikaze into a civic center. I almost didn't want to finish the book, but I'm like, I have to know how this ends, which I won't tell you how it ends because that was already a little spoiler, and I really recommend this book. If I didn't read it at this exact time in my life, I would have liked it a lot more. So I'm piecing this all together in my mind. God is trying to tell me not to get on this plane. I don't know what to do with this information. And the thing is, with flying to Kentucky, you have to take 2 planes to get there. And for this trip, I had a layover both ways in Atlanta, Georgia. So at this point, it's like T-minus 4 days until I'm supposed to leave. And I am holding on to basically God speaking to me. So that night I go to sleep, I wake up the next morning, and guess what my dream was from the night before? You're probably gonna guess something with planes, but surprisingly no. I wake up from this terrible dream of being shot. And you know those realistic dreams where you can feel the bullet go in or the knife go in, or you can feel yourself bleeding out and like losing consciousness? That's how realistic this dream was. And I'm like, oh my God, what does this mean now? That day, I finally confide in somebody about this. I tell my mom. First I tell her about the book and the coincidence, and she was very unwell. She's like, I don't want to be the one to tell you not to go, but also like, if you don't feel like going, I'm fine with that too. That doesn't make me feel any better. I didn't know what I wanted in this situation. I didn't know if I wanted someone to be like, God, Cass, are you stupid? Don't go. Or if I wanted someone to be like, Cass, shut up, you're fine. You're looking at things too deeply. Oh my God, shut up. Just a coincidence, but like that's also really hard to put off. So then after I told her casually, I'm like, oh God, and I have this dream, whatever. So that night I lay down to go to bed, and then I hear my text tone go off, and it's my mom. And she's like, wait, where did you say your layover was? Atlanta, Georgia, why? And she's like, oh, ... because I was dozing and I was gonna turn off the news, like my TV. The last thing I heard before I turned it off was just shooting Atlanta, Georgia. So she turned it back on and there was a shooting in Atlanta, Georgia.
I also forgot to mention that the county the shootings happened in was in Cherokee County. Yes, Cherokee County.
So not only is my layover in Atlanta, Georgia, but I had a dream the night before I got shot. Please tell me what you guys would do in this situation. Like, this isn't just little coincidences. This is literally like the universe and God and angels speak to me like, don't go chasing waterfalls. Just don't go. Do not go. So I'm thinking either this plane isn't making it to Atlanta, Georgia, or the plane from Atlanta, Georgia isn't making it to Kentucky. One or the other. I'm gonna die on one of them. I did die on one of them, technically. We will get to. So then, very last thing to top this all off. This is like T-minus 2 fucking days now. All of a sudden, my mom's like, oh God. I'm like, what? She's like, oh, this friend of mine who works in air traffic control just quit and made this huge Facebook post about it because he has been trying to tell like his managers, I guess there's been so many possible accidents. He's saying he quit because he doesn't want to be responsible if anything happens. And I'm like, I can't go. I mean, what else? Oh, sorry, there's also one other thing. That night, I'm on Twitter and I see Delta, the airline I'm flying with, trending on Twitter. They're trending because they're being boycotted. I think Delta funded or sponsored somebody and they didn't like it. People were boycotting them. I am panicking at this point, and now it is the day before. And this whole day, I am just sick to my stomach. And I have to make this decision because I am leaving the next day. Also, I had a red eye, so I was leaving at like 11 p.m. that night. That night, I am on my hands and knees. I am praying. I am flipping fucking coins. I'm lighting candles. I'm trying to speak to somebody. Please make this decision for me, even though it's pretty much already made. Nothing was working for me. I reluctantly text my sister and I say, I am so sorry, but I don't think I can go tomorrow. I just don't feel comfortable. And I am so sorry. And I'm sick with guilt. I go to bed really upset, but I know I made the right decision. And then I wake up the next morning and I'm like, I think I'm gonna go. I run to Target, get my travel size bottles. I pack that day and I'm like, I guess my life is in God's hands. It's always gonna be in God's hands. So who am I to stop it? Even though he's trying to stop me from doing anything. It's fine, it's fine. It is fine. In the back of my head, like, I'm gonna die.
Leave it to me to pack the day of. Also decide the day of that I'm going. I'm like, am I gonna go? And I'm going.
So this is where we get to part 2 of this story time. I didn't have time to go to the doctors to get a little friend to calm me down on the flight. So I had this really great idea to just self-medicate. I was just going to drink a lot and hope for the best.
This is what I'm currently doing right now to cope.
I figured like if I'm drunk, when something's going on, I won't even realize something's going on until it's over with and I'm done, you know?
And I did take it
a little too far.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm being honest, and I'm an honest person. Let me set this bitch up. Here's the scoop. I have now had a bottle of wine. I am now having an added addition to the bottle of wine that I've already had. I feel like this is necessary to calm me down. I need to put my airport outfit on. So before I left to go to the airport, I drank a bottle and a half of wine. A bottle and a half of wine. And I don't stop there. I also take a couple hits off my Stizzy pen, which I don't mix those two. I don't do well with mixing those because I get the spins and I get nauseous. I'm clearly desperate at this point. So then I boop, 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 head over to the airport. Don't even know how I made it through. Don't even know how I continued vlogging at this point. I was so gone. Guys, I'm drunk. I'm a little lost, guys. I'm a little lost, I'm not gonna lie. And I get to my boarding area and there's still like, you know, some time left. And there is a bar right behind me. So I hop on over in line and I meet this super cool guy, Matthew, and he buys me a margarita. Sip, sip, sip. We're boarding the plane. I sit down and I had an aisle seat. Thank God. I also had someone to the left of me. He had the window seat, I had the aisle seat. Here we are.
Closest to you, and if there's a loss of power.
Well, Matthew, the person that bought my margarita, had nobody sitting next to him. So he was like, come sit next to me, like just ask around. And I just kind of wanted to chill, sleep maybe, watch a movie. So I decided to stay where I am. And once again, thank God. And then, this never happens. I wasn't in first class, I was just in a normal seat on the plane. They're handing out free bottles of wine. The cute little bottles, red or white? I'm like, white? I think I drink it in 0.2 seconds and I am ready to go. And little did I know that that wine and that beautiful margarita I had and all the wine I had at home would soon be no longer inside of me. So the plane starts to rev up and we're about to take off, and now I start to panic a little bit, which clearly no amount of alcohol will help me in any sort of case. I look over to my left and I see this older man and I'm like, do you think I can hold your hand? He says yes. He's so sweet. So I'm holding his hand and next thing I know, I'm passed out. Which the thought of him realizing I am passed out and him having to unclench his hand from mine makes me physically ill. All is well, it's fine. His name was D and I remember making this joke like, oh, Cassidy. Oh God. God, I should have just jumped out the plane right then and there, huh? But I didn't. And this flight to Atlanta, Georgia is about 3 hours, and then there's like another hour to Kentucky. And next thing I know, I jolt awake. Keep in mind, this was still last year where we all have to wear masks on the plane, like, and you cannot take your mask off. I had only brought 2 masks. I brought the cool, chic black one I'm wearing. And then my sister's fiance, my soon-to-be brother-in-law, he is a paramedic and he sent me, because COVID times, some like N94 masks, the duck beak mask, and the only one I brought with me on the plane was the duck beak mask. Keep that in mind. So I jolt awake and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw up. I'm going to throw up. Before I even have time to unbuckle my seatbelt, throw up is spewing out of my mouth into my mask. I am trying to hold it in my mask. It is flowing down my shirt, which I got this cool white blondie t-shirt for my plane fit, and my throw up is flowing down it. I saw this shirt in Target. This is the back. This is just the simple front, so I'm gonna be wearing this. And I am sprinting to the bathroom. Thank God, once again, that this was a red eye and most people were asleep and it was dark. I run into the bathroom, I throw off my mask, throw it in the sink, I throw up more in the toilet. It's going fucking everywhere. I was also very drunk too. I look in the mirror and my white shirt is no longer white in the front. So I take it off, I'm trying to wash it in the sink, and then I realize the sink is overflowing with my throw up. And it's clogged. Because remember, I accidentally threw my mask into the sink. And now I'm washing my face and my shirt in the sink. And now it's clogged with my throw up. So that's great. Can I end it all here? Like, is this my ending? Maybe God was right that I was going to die in the plane. by my own doing because of how mortified I was. So I have to leave this bathroom and walk away from what I just did in there. Ruined it. I think they had to burn down that plane, honestly, because there's no way that bathroom recovered. But I had to leave it because I had more important things to do. The shirt I have on smells horribly now. It's stained with throw up. I have a bra underneath. I don't even have a sports bra. I have an actual lace bra underneath. The only thing I have to my name at this point is a zip up I reluctantly, but also thank God, brought with me back at my seat. And also remember, my mask is ruined. And now I have this gorgeous duck beak mask. I get to my seat. Thank God D was fucking asleep, but I rip off my shirt, bundle it up, I put on my zip up, put on the duck beak mask, and now I just have to sit and wait to run off this plane. So we land, I run off. Matthew was texting me. He's like, hey, do you want to meet up for another drink or whatnot? And I have no choice but to not reply and hide. I am mortified, and I am putting together the fact that I just threw up everywhere on that plane. Everywhere.
Guys, guys, let's just say I ruined the remnants of that plane. I don't even want to talk about it, honestly. I threw up in that plane. I can't, guys, I threw up. I threw up. I'm not doing well. I had this whole plan that when I got to Atlanta, Georgia, I was going to get a drink, have some fun. It turns out I did not. Guys, I'm left with this mask. I'm a duck. I'll dance with D. But the thing is, I did throw up everywhere. So, yeah. I don't know what to say. Definitely did throw up. So, other than that, other than the lingering smell of my sins, I'm doing really good. I'm doing so good.
So once again, I don't know how I made it to my next boarding area and then how I made it onto that plane into Kentucky, but I survived. And the sad thing is, I had this whole beautiful vlog. I thought it would be like a fun travel vlog with me. No, I tried to do something with that footage and it wasn't recoverable without some sort of backstory involved in it. Like, wait, why do you look different? Why do you look like you died? Why do you have a duck beak mask on? Why do you have a different shirt on? Where did your other shirt go, first of all? So, my friends, that was the time I almost died and why that vlog never came to light. But I am glad you guys got to see some of it right now. I hope you guys all enjoyed, question mark. Maybe this video was just for me because I am done holding on to this, get it off my chest. And we haven't done a story time in so long and we need to bring it back because boy, do I have story times that I feel like I could go to the grave with, but you know what? Who wants some story times? Please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to me if you haven't already. I post every single week. Comment down below if, God, I don't even know. Just comment down below your thoughts. So I am who I am. It's a fun little party story, you know? That one time, haha. And everyone's looking at you like, anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.
I didn't even know. Are you excited? Yes! Oh my god.
What's up, guys? I'll do another bikini haul, just you gotta wait. Right now I'm just gonna do what I like.